I just finished one of the most favorite things I've ever read.
What is that, Amanda?
The Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon.
But I noticed through our Amazon purchases that there were like 7 of them.
No, there are currently 8 volumes with plans for more. But I have read all that are available. And one of my favorite things I've read in a very, very long time.
Fiction? Or this actual somebody's journals?
No, it's definitely fiction.
Okay.
It's fiction set in London in the late 1800s about a young woman named Emma M. Lyon and her life. And it is funny and fascinating, and I need there to be more of them. If you've read them, let me know if you loved them too. I haven't heard anybody who's read them who didn't like them.
What's next?
What makes it what?
I was going to say, what's next on your list now?
Theo of Golden.
Oh, I've seen people post about that.
Yes, it's been on my list for a while. And sometimes when a book is like getting too much hype, I tend to not want to read it. I don't know why. Sometimes I want to read it and sometimes I don't. I've heard a few people say that it was kind of slow, and maybe that was my hesitation. I don't know. But I started reading it. I downloaded it. I'm a Kindle reader. And I purchased it. But coming off of a really good series that I seriously loved, to start another book is it's a little sad.
Is it daunting that you sad because you're having to move on to something else?
Because I'm having to move on to something else. But that is my current book.
Are we doing
club?
Are we doing our book club right now?
Scott only listens to books, mostly, I think.
Primarily, yes, because I do so much driving, and it's unsafe to read in the car apparently.
But not other things.
I am currently re-listening to Project Hail Mary.
Because you liked the movie so much?
I very much enjoyed the movie, and I had listened to it before, right when it came out. I like Andy Weir since The Martian.
Oh, I loved that one.
And so I was excited when the movie came out. And it'd been such a long time since I read the book to the movie that I'd forgotten most of it. And so now going back through the book after having seen the movie, now of course I picture Ryan Gosling instead of some nebulous person. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Scott listens to a lot of books. I read on a Kindle. And I used to listen to more when I had more time in the car alone, but I don't listen to many books anymore. I actually started one the other day while accidentally painting a room. It was a bad decision on my part to start painting the room. And then I started to listen to this book, which has also been on my list for a while. My Friends. I can't remember who wrote it right now.
The title is My Friends.
The title is My Friends.
I'll put it right here on the screen.
But I started listening to it, and immediately I was like, oh, wait, I forgot to listen to it. So it did not catch my attention. But sometimes
you zoned off.
Yeah. While painting a room.
All right. Well, what's happened since...
Thank you for coming to our book club.
We were last here.
What has happened?
We listed a new house today in Glen Wild out in the Canton-Gluckstadt area.
Very pretty home.
If you're looking out there, got a good one for you.
Yeah, it's very nice. We had some sad news on our personal property, our flip project. Some of you might find this interesting. We got it under contract. And then what happened, Scott? Give the brief version.
The brief version is that I was dialoguing with the agent and said, hey, when's the home inspection going to be? Because it had been a few days since we'd heard anything. She said, I'm trying to find that out now. And then yesterday, she messaged me to say, the buyer has ghosted me, and I have not spoken to her in several days. I think we're going to have to cancel this contract. And that's very unfortunate.
Yes.
And very frustrating, especially to find out when we should have known days before. We could have had maybe a remedy before now. But anyway, the house is back up through no fault of its own. The house is great. It hasn't even been inspected. So no issues with the house, just about shady buyers.
Y'all, don't ghost people. Just
be a grown-up.
Just send a text message. Hey, I don't want to buy this house anymore. Hey, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Hey, this is it. No, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Don't not say something. I don't understand it. We talked about this before when we're reaching out to people who express interest in a house and we follow up with them and then they ghost. And it's like, wait, you reached out.
Yeah, you started this process.
This. And we've said before, we don't care if you change your mind, if it's us, if it's the house, if you just like, nah, I was just playing around. I'm not interested. All cool things. Just say that.
Yeah, we'll move on. Save us our time. We'll save you the time of being constantly followed up with by us because we're trying to serve you. And so just let us know.
Maybe we should adopt a policy of if you start ghosting us, we're just going to go harder in the paint than you can imagine to get in touch with you.
Yeah. Stalkerish, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe instead of just being like, oh, they don't want to talk to us, we just fully commit to it.
Yeah. All right. That's the new policy.
New policy.
We'll report back next week how that goes.
I do not understand just a ghost situation like that. Like you looked at a house, you reached out to an agent, you went and looked at one house or more, you made an offer on a house, and then nothing. No, look, people change their minds all the time. We have clients presently who have changed their mind, and that's okay. You just need to say it. Be an adult. Use your words.
Yeah, it's hard to be an adult sometimes, but
I guess. I just feel like texting is
the easy out.
Is the easy out. My goodness.
Did you have some random question in your pocket like you normally do?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what is something that I have to talk about a whole lot more than I've ever wanted to talk about in my entire life?
I want to say it's foundations.
It's 100% foundations. Oh my goodness. We talk so much about foundations. So much so, I feel like I need to go on, to have a course on
Why don't you just go be a structural engineer? I mean, go to school and.
I don't want to take any more tests. Maybe I can just observe. What is it when you audit? Maybe I can audit some structural engineering classes.
Are you going to ride along with a structural engineer?
Maybe. Oh my goodness. We talk about foundations a lot. It's part of it and I get it. But we talk about them a lot.
And it's part and parcel of where we are.
Yes.
Obviously, we're in the housing industry, but...
and our physical location.
Our location specifically, Central Mississippi, is notorious for our Yazoo clay, our expansive soils. And I know there are other parts of the country that have it as well, but it's not as just ubiquitous as it is here. And so when people move from out of state here and they hear potential foundation issues, they think that's like catastrophic because you're in Colorado and your house is built on a mountain, it's not moving, generally speaking. And so you don't really have those issues like you do here. And so we're used to it. It's a reality of living here, but I'm sick of it too.
But please feel free to ask us any questions you may have about foundation. It's one of those things that people want to know, and I get it. Like, you don't want a house that's falling apart, but when you're buying a house in our area, chances are the house has had some type of movement, and also there can be movement and nothing has to happen. Mm-hmm. I think that is a piece that a lot of people don't quite understand.
There's no house here that is dead level.
Maybe for like one day.
Not even then. I mean, just because the physics of actually laying concrete level.
Yeah.
But so there's going to be some differential. And the way that an engineer comes in to measure that is they have this level. They start at a reference point. Usually it's the front door. And then they measure the elevations of the house all over the place and say, in relation to the reference point, it's either up or down X number of inches. And we see pretty regularly tolerances of 4 or 5 inches that are deemed perfectly acceptable by engineers. When you start getting those higher ranges, 8, 10, 12 or more.
When you feel like you're walking sideways.
Yeah. And then if you see a diagram and see, and then you like look at the house, you're like, oh, I can see. Like the floor is doing this. And so those are things
Our hallway.
The reason that half of our bed, my side, is on wood blocks to try to level out. But that's something that would need to be repaired prior to being sold.
And one of the things we talk about, I really don't mind talking about it. I just really did not expect it to be one of the main topics of conversation when looking for homes. But one of the things that I like to tell people is everybody has to find their own comfort level with foundations. And so some people rarely mention it. I mean, most people mention it at some point. Some it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Little off, whatever, it's fine. Some it is their number one. And it could be because they've had issues in the past with it's caused lots of problems. We understand that, or just they're not familiar with what goes on under the ground here. So there's all different comfort levels people have. And so somebody's like, what do you think? I'm like, well, it's less than my own house. So maybe I'm not the best judge of it. But we go in some really wonky houses. I'm like, oh no, you can tell this is bad. And others are like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
But the main thing is, what is your comfort level with foundations?
Yeah, and what other potential issues is it causing? Is it causing issues with the plumbing? Is it destroying the walls? Are the bricks outside crumbling?
Yeah.
Is the roof messed up because of how out of level it is? Those are all things that can be byproducts of a bad foundation.
And I think some people who've lived in a home that they've had to work on over and over again, those people, their next house, they're like, we don't want this.
Yeah, I like a tree house.
And over the years, the way homes have been built and how they dig out soils and do all of that stuff has changed. And so they're much better at building houses.
And mitigating this on the front end.
On the front end than they were in the olden days.
The 80s.
The 1900s.
Yes.
So anyway, we do talk about foundations a lot. We are more than happy to talk about them all the time. And we have people that we recommend that say, hey, they will be honest with you and say, here's what needs to be done. Here's what I would do. Maybe nothing, maybe everything. All right. Thank you for coming to our TED Talk on foundations.
If you do have concerns about your own foundation, we can recommend either a foundation company or a structural engineer to come out and evaluate it for you.
That's right. Also, Scott is sitting on a pillow to make himself taller.
I am taller than Amanda. But
he is, but my torso apparently is taller. And so when I sit upright, he is too low. I told him to sit up. And
she's still taller than me, despite my pillow seat.
I'm 5'7".
I'm 5'10 3/4.
So.
And 70 pounds heavier.
Really? Only 70?
Probably more than that.
Maybe we should cut this part out. We don't need to be discussing weight, Kay. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.